Acne, scars, wrinkles, discoloration, sagging, stretch marks. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah.
The list goes on and on when it comes to issues we all face with our skin over our lifetimes. And, you know, we often start to tune into these issues in early adulthood, but then, you know, finding ways to fix our issues, it just becomes a lot more dire when we enter our middle-age years. I think all the ladies on this panel are over 40, and so that is, you know, we're all very much in tune with our bodies and our skin. We all want to, you know, make ourselves better from the inside out. And so today, we have some exciting things in store for you. We're gonna bring you some insanely helpful insight to understanding your skin, how to treat it, and even more exciting is that we're gonna be going over some groundbreaking technology in the skincare industry, and we're gonna demonstrate some of these fun tools that are floating out in the skinosphere.
Ooh, look at that.
These may be the closest thing that you're ever going to find to a magic wand for picture perfect skin. You know, for men and women, I mean, men, don't have any shame in your game. Like, this is for men and women. This is not just a woman issue. But I really believe that anytime you're dealing with something with your health, it's important to do all of the research you possibly can. And that's my full disclosure, is that I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a licensed esthetician. I'm a consumer just like you who became obsessed with something that was ailing me, and I learned as much as I possibly could and have acquired every single device that probably has come to market over the past 5 years, and I really want to share with all of you, okay? Before we go into all of this stuff, I just want to explain just a little bit about the skin, because I think it's important when you want to treat your skin to understand how it works. And so basically your skin has 3 layers. You have your epidermis, you know, the top layer, and your epidermis, it continues to create keratin, a protein, and it's always multiplying, right? The funny thing is, if it's not really that funny, but if you don't wash your face and you continue to produce keratin, a lot of that just like sits on your skin, and it can either, you know, cause acne and get bacteria to, you know, acquire. It also can keep you from getting rid of like the top layer like of dead skin cells, and keep things from going deeper into your skin. If you're doing like creams, lotions, serums that you think are really effective, they just won't get beyond, you know, because you have gunk on top of your face. So the second layer is the dermis. The dermis is responsible for a lot of things: your, you know, temperature regulation, your pain sensory, your hair follicles, and that layer is the middle layer, right? It's responsible for you know, just keeping you knowing that something is painful, cold, hot, and then underneath that, your hypodermis. That's a layer that a lot of us don't realize how important it is, because it connects ligaments to our muscle and our bone. And so when we start to see sagging, you know, the ligaments that hold our skin to our face are the things that like start to pull, and our skin starts to sag. So it's important to understand the skin in those 3 layers, because when you think about tools and everything that is so confusing out there, it's good to understand what different things will help you with all the different layers of your skin, right? So that's kind of like my issues, but what about you ladies? I mean, I'm sure that you all have dealt with different skin issues. So why don't you guys share with everyone what you guys have dealt with?
I think for me, my first, I started like having acne at a really strange age.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was getting close to my 40s, and this is when MAC first came out.
Oh, yeah.
Products.
Yes,
So MAC was not always available like in stores. It was like something that professional cosmetologists used. And so I used it consistently, like at 32, 33, 34, 35.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like starting to break out like really bad acne. And so I continued to use that product. I went to a dermatologist. She said, it's the makeup. And I
Yeah.
said, no way. Like, I've been using this makeup the last 5 years, but what I learned is because through aging, my skin changed, and it definitely was the makeup, but I suffered some acne scarring from that. So that would be my story.
So what do you use
You
now?
have awesome skin.
Now I use Bobbi Brown.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I love
Great
Bobbi
product.
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I didn't have issues as much with acne. I was blessed with, I got my mom's skin,
You have really good
and
skin.
she was amazing. So
Yeah.
I am lucky, knock on wood, I
Yeah.
didn't have to deal with that. What I dealt with is I was in the era when you're young and you want to tan, you go and you put oil everywhere
yeah.
and you just soak in the
Yeah.
sun. And never did I mean, I'll be honest, I
Yeah.
did not start putting sunscreen on my face until about 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
That's a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I don't have massive sunspots,
Yeah.
but I have sunspots. You know, granted the foundation can cover it, but
Right.
that's probably been my biggest issue I've dealt with.
Yeah, yeah.
Self-induced.
This is good. This is helping me. This is perfect. Okay.
So I had acne in my like youth, and then it went away just like when I entered my
Yeah.
20s. But what I've been noticing, what I focus more on with my skincare is like a loss of collagen.
Yeah.
As I've aged, and also in and out of diets for so long.
Yeah.
You know, dieting hard and then gaining weight,
Yeah.
dieting hard. I feel like I've lost a lot of collagen in my face, and so that makes me a little self-conscious, and I want that volume back and that tightness.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
We always have to worry about the anti-aging, right?
Yeah.
At this point in
Right.
lives.
And you know, it's interesting, but I would say that the number one preventable thing that you could do for your skin is to, well, number one, try not to sunbathe or get in the tanning salon, but also to use sunscreen. And I know we hear that all the time when we're younger, but the thing about the UV rays is it actually breaks down the enzymes that protect us from free radicals. So when we have those enzymes broken down, it gets, and the dermis layer also, it has elastin and collagen. And so when that, when the enzyme breaks down our collagen and elastin, it's like the collagen is like these bricks, and when you lose, and it's like the elastin and collagen is like this glue in the dermis layer of your skin. And when it breaks down, the kind of bricks, they start to kind of pull apart, right? And then along with the hypodermis, it kind of pulls also from your skin, right? So this actually helps me a lot, because I think that the issues that you guys are deal with,
You can help us.
Yes.
these are, I think I can actually.
Wendy promised
you
we're going to
can.
look 20 years younger by the end of this segment, too. So, hey.
This is going to be, yes.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Have you guys also had Botox and fillers?
That's a really good question. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
And
Yes. Yeah.
yes. Okay. Here's the thing about Botox and fillers. Okay, people don't realize this about Botox, but Botox and fillers neither are a free ride. Okay, and that's why it's really important to do your at-home care. A lot of the younger generation are starting to go into doing Botox, and here's why that is a bad idea. Okay, if you haven't started to form passive wrinkles, which are the wrinkles that are just on your skin when you're not moving, right? You should wait until you start to see like your first wrinkle at least, because when you are moving your face and your muscles are activated, that's energy, right? So you're producing energy in the muscle, in the skin, and that keeps it youthful, it keeps your collagen, plump. When you start to do Botox and you freeze the muscle, you're not producing that ATP, you're not producing that energy, so you actually are aging the skin and you're freezing the skin at the same time.
Interesting.
So, but you can have your cake and eat it too, but you should wait to do it till you're older. When you're older, if you start to do Botox, there's some things that we're going to go over when we start to talk about the technologies. When it comes to how to have your cake and eat it too, when it comes to doing Botox. Fillers, though, there is some research to show that fillers can actually help to produce more collagen.
It did for me, like, oh my gosh, I did right, like my nasolabial
Yeah.
line when I was like 31.
Yeah.
And I hardly, like I've only touched it up maybe
Yeah.
twice.
What
since
kind
then.
of filler? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It
Yeah.
was this Jupiter
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
honestly
Yeah.
naturally filled in my collagen. And
it was just right around here.
Just
Was it
here.
voluminous?
Yeah.
Voluminous? I don't know.
But that's for your cheekbones. That has to be
Yeah.
on a cheek, and I've had that
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Well, the filler, when you first get it done, it's not a free ride. Your face doesn't move the same. It's not actual collagen, so it takes time, you know.
Yeah.
And filler it's been shown in some people to pretty much last forever. Like it could sometimes it doesn't ever denature, right? And it could stay forever. It's the long-term effects of the collagen, which is why you're probably seeing better results now.
That was 12 years ago.
Yeah, so you're probably better off now than you were then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, this is maybe off the topic, but going back to Botox.
Yeah.
As people who are on stage and having to smile
Yeah.
really big, I found that there was a fine line to
Yes.
that you could cross when you get too much Botox.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for me, if I did it around the
Yeah.
eyes, I would tell people no more eyes because it made my cheeks bulge when
Yeah.
I would be on
Yeah.
stage, and it made me look older.
Yeah.
Well, and I will
Yeah.
say for my division with fitness, everything's expression.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Right.
So I remember I got Botox probably about 2 weeks before a show.
Right.
And I hate the stage photos because I look like this.
Yeah.
And I look like I was bored and tired. There was no energy in my face
Right.
to help me perform.
Yeah.
And so for fitness athletes, it's actually really important to not have the frozen face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like
get
a
it.
little bit in the forehead is maybe okay, but like when you
Sure.
start to adjust your like your smile features,
Yeah.
especially when you're like smiling as much as
Yeah.
we do, like it can really like it makes it. I
Right.
hate looking at those pictures too.
Yes.
Of me,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, you're like,
ah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't look natural.
You know, it's funny because, you know, all that stuff is not a free ride. And if you go into a professional clinic and you get one of these treatments on a professional level, even that's not enough because, you know, you're going to spend all this money on a treatment and then you go home and you don't take care of your skin. It's kind of like, you know, it kind of like washes itself out. So I have found with my situation, I actually continue to be battling with my issue. I have this is like, for like anything in my life when it comes to my health, like this is like a non-negotiable thing. Like I was joking with them that I do like split training with my skin because obviously I can't use all of these in one night.
You guys,
I don't
these
have
are
the
all
time.
her own. These are all her own products. that she brought
her
to
product.
share.
She owns.
But you know,
This is
you
incredible.
can split train your skin and work on it in different ways. So
amazing.
when we're gonna go on a quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna go over these different technologies and we're actually gonna try them out live on camera for you guys, so you can kind of see all of us just have fun playing around with the stuff that you might want to buy if you're interested in fixing some of your skin issues. Okay, welcome back. This is going to be the super duper fun part where we are going to dive into some of these gadgets and explain how they work and what the purpose of them is. Okay, so I was really listening to you ladies and some of your issues and your skin concerns, and it really helps me to be able to explain like what these things do. It's so important to understand the layers of your skin because every machine can be so overwhelming and so daunting, not knowing like, well, how is that going to help my situation or what is that going to do for me? So I have this actually in order from the epidermis layer of the skin to the dermis is in the middle, and then the hypodermis is over on the end. So we're going to kind of work our way down, and we're going to start with the top layer of the skin. So the top layer of the skin, the layer that is responsible for producing the keratin, and it's responsible for keeping our cellular turnover, our melanin production. This is what you see. So if you have any like discolorations on your skin, you have any acne, you have any scars, this is the layer of your skin that you see. Your face, the layers of your epidermis are very thin on your face, whereas there's other part of your bodies where it's really thick. You have like multiple layers of epidermis. So we want to be really a lot more careful with obviously the skin on our face and other areas, but it's important to get to this layer before you dive into the other layers, and that will help everything be just more effective, right? So what we have first is this is a laser. Now there's different lasers on the market. I did my research obviously before I bought one, and this is the Tria laser. I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff. I'm a consumer. I'm just going to keep saying that. And I had to get both. Okay, this one right here, ladies. This is like a lot longer strip, and the laser is great for the top layer of the skin. It's a fractional laser, and it gets beneath, like just a little below the epidermis, but not quite to the dermis, without like puncturing your skin. And these two things, so you have the micro roller and you have the laser, and they're kind of performing the same function for the top layer of your skin, but the micro needle, it will actually puncture your skin, and the laser is kind of like a puncture without a puncture, right? So I'm gonna pass this around. So this is the needle, okay? This is the, I'm gonna just turn this on.
Do I get to laser Linda?
And this is, you're gonna feel, so you guys try it on your arm,
Yeah,
and you'll
laser
feel, it kind of has a burn to it.
So you.
Oh, wow.
Where do you
What
turn
is
it?
Just, so right there, yeah, just put it on your,
That's the micro
and as soon as it touches your skin, it'll go.
Look at that.
So you go like, there you go.
Oh.
Do you feel
ooh,
that?
I did.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So
Interesting.
the micro needle, okay, people go, God, how do I use the micro needle?
Ooh,
And
what's got a little spice to
all
it?
of these things, they take practice and they take a little bit of skill. But the micro needle, if you wanted to put this in a routine,
I feel that.
by
Yeah.
puncturing your skin just a little bit, you're able to absorb some of your creams and your products a little bit better.
Laser you. That's a
I like to
kind
do like a minute here, a minute here,
yeah,
a minute
so
here,
it's
and a
like-
minute here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So laser, and then this is just like the actual physical.
Right.
And so they're doing this
This
same
is
thing.
Same things. This is the same purpose, but one is more of like punctures, and both are going to leave your face a little bit red. So it's best to do this at night, not
So
in the morning.
what's the price point on these two things? if you
This
recall?
okay, good question. So this one is probably about $12.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
That one is probably closer to like $500.
Okay.
So I have.
But they're the same? They do
But it-
kind of the same?
They do. It's the same function. This one, you really have to manually do it on your face. I just prefer the laser because like I don't, this you have more chances of getting infections and things like that anytime you puncture your skin. My situation that I deal with, I try to be careful about any actual like puncturing of my skin. So that's for me, everyone's
so
a little bit
cool.
different.
Yeah.
But so then the other laser is, this is a little mini one. Okay. And so I like to, I don't like the look of like, big lips. For me, my face just does not, so in terms of like, as we get older, our lips, they start to like lose their color,
Their volume.
vibrancy.
Fullness.
And so we want to like denature the proteins in our lips too, so that we can get them to regenerate. And so this like small laser, this is like technically for the eyes, but I use that one for my eyes. This one, because it's pointed, I like to use it around my lips.
Just around, not on?
Yeah. So if you guys, I just turned it on. If you guys just go like that, you can kind of feel it. I would say this one might be a little bit more gentle, but they both sting a little bit.
So I have.
I can feel. Very good.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
The feel. Now, see, I probably would go with the laser, being like my skin is dark skin, and I'm afraid of puncture because
Yeah.
we
Scar.
Yes,
Yes.
we
Right.
scar and
Me too.
discoloration.
Right. Yeah.
And you have one of
That would
these?
be-
What do you have that's
Now,
similar?
here's the one thing that I always think
I have
about.
the-
Like,
Yeah.
So you said
Yeah.
like this one's around 500 price point.
Right.
But if you go to, you are saving so much
So
more money
much
because
money.
how much would they charge you?
Oh,
wow.
Because they'll sell you a package
Yep.
and they'll tell you it's 3,000,
Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah.
It's always over that 1,000.
Yeah. Here's the caveat. Okay, so this thing right here, you have to be committed because it will take about 8 weeks of consistently using it, like every day with maybe every 5th day taking off. And you'll get the same results as if you go into a clinic with it's a 3-pronged procedure. Usually it's like around like $1,100 or $1,200.
What's
And
that procedure called?
That one is
specifically?
this one is my fractional laser. Yeah.
So I've had that.
So clear and brilliant, I think, is what they call it.
or
Okay.
a BBL or Halo
Okay.
or like the the lasers
Yeah.
that you can have done like that.
Right.
Those hurt though. Like when I had it done, they give you nitrous.
Wow.
It feels like it.
It's
hurts.
it's more powerful. So you go into a clinic and you spend that money and you have 3 sessions. So some people, they may not have the time or whatever, but honestly, it's 5 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have that time?
Yeah.
So, and I know that's how I justified the price because I did do a professional round of it, and you gotta go and you gotta like get
you have it for
numbed,
life.
and I have it for life, and it works. I love this. This is my tool. I keep this like in my bathroom, and I use this like all the time. You know.
Wow.
So another thing for the top layer, you ladies all have your own scalpel. Now let me just say, this one, okay, these are medical grade, and the reason I use medical grade is because I have been doing this for a while. You can get less sharp versions of this you can get these in the beauty section at CVS or whatever that are a lot less sharp, and I would recommend starting with that. But I'm going to show the ladies a technique that I like to use. So I'm not going to take the cover off of it, but I'm just going to show you. This is to get rid of the little tiny hairs on the top of your skin and also the dead skin. So you want to make sure your skin is totally dry, nothing on it, okay?
And clean.
Totally clean, totally fresh. You've totally washed it, you've scrubbed it, like all that. And then you want to get rid of the dry skin and the hairs on top of your skin. And it's very short strokes, like just like this, just like that. Like, and it's kind of like a skill. You got to kind of like
At an angle?
At an angle, and be super duper careful. Do it really slow and get a magnifying mirror.
Yeah.
Because you could cut yourself. Have some Vaseline nearby. And do it at night.
Vaseline's gonna help.
It is, but you know what? This is, if you get rid of that hair and you get rid of that dead skin cells, everything else here is just monumentally more effective. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So what I want you guys to do is just hold it like at an angle, and just very quick, very gentle.
Oh yeah.
So just like this, very gentle. So hold it kind of like a pencil.
You're like going.
Yeah, I get it.
I got it
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Like very, just the bare. You might cut yourself like that.
Ooh, okay. Wait,
You're
what
gonna
am I doing wrong?
She's like,
I'm like,
she's like, bruh. Like, so on the very surface, you're just kind of like,
so tilting. Oh, I was going into
yeah,
that.
and like really
Ooh.
quick, just like that. You just kind of like that.
Okay.
I see the hair, Whitney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see
She's
like
like, I
this.
missed a piece.
You'll see like the dry skin kind of fly.
Yeah.
I'm swinging it your way.
And let me tell you something. When you
How do you like my dead skin
No.
on you? And
when you get rid of that top layer, you are opening your skin up to a whole world of magic. Okay, this is such an important step people miss, is fully cleansing their skin. Going to bed at night, by just using a face wipe, that does not do it. You know what I mean? You gotta, because another thing too is, in addition to the UV rays, like pollutants that are like sitting on your skin also break down and denature the enzymes that help us to fend off free radicals and keep our collagen intact. So, washing all of that off, I can't stress that enough, and making sure that top layer, your epidermis, is just crystal clean and ready for takeoff.
How do you feel about those like Clarisonic brushes?
Those are great, but I used to have one, and because they don't ever fully dry, and they stay a little bit wet, they can harness like bacteria and stuff. Silicone brushes are the best. If you can find like a silicone, you don't have to get an expensive one. I have so many different silicone face wash brushes. I have like from cheap ones that I got like at CVS for $20, all the way to like $100 ones that I got like just because I'm ridiculous. And
what do you think about makeup wipes too with that? Because I've heard so much lately about the makeup wipes are the worst thing you can do. You need to just wash your face.
They're not the worst thing. I mean,
I know. I feel like that helps me get rid of
Get the makeup off initially.
and
Right.
then you
Especially
do your
eye
washing.
makeup.
Yes.
it's good for like, for me, I like to use those to make sure that my eyes are totally
Yeah.
clean, you know? Because what I deal with also affects my eyes. And so we have like little glands in our eyes. They're called meibomian glands. And when they get clogged up and the whatever I deal with, I get like clogged up meibomian glands. And so if you have anything stuck like in your, you know, any little makeup or anything like that, it can like block up your glands. So just getting your glands cleared out, your eyes are a reflection of everything else. So if you guys deal with like eye issues, you probably have some skin issues, you know, like it goes hand in hand. You know, we have glands all over the place, right? So, okay, so this is, another thing I don't have here is microdermabrasion, which is another thing you guys have probably heard of. You can get like a microdermabrasion scrub that kind of scrubs the top layer of your skin. Again, these are all things for the epidermis, right? Also, there's like tools that have like a suction microdermabrasion. Suction is really good too to get blood flow to the surface layer of your skin, and that also does a host of great things. You know, you're essentially like pulling your skin, and you're like forcing it to activate and forcing it to, you know, have cellular regeneration. So.
One quick question. So, like, in using what you're talking over here with the lasers or the roller,
right?
We should also be conscious of what other types of products. So, for example, like Retin-A. I love Retin-A.
Good.
And I know
that's a good
you don't
point.
want to.
Good point. Yep, that's a really good point. You know what? I should have brought that up because, you know, retinol. Retinol is really, really strong, really potent, and like just like you don't want to go outside in the sun after you use it. You know, you don't want to like stack things. You don't want to break your skin down so much that it doesn't have time to regenerate itself by the time you do another thing. That's why I like split train my skin. Like if I do this stuff, like I'll do the next day. I'll move towards the middle of the table. And then like after that, and then by the time I get back to some of this stuff that kind of gives that like surface level damage, my skin's healed and it's ready to go. You know what I mean? Whether it's retinol, which is powerful, it's like, you know, a cream version of this.
Right, because that's basically they're in that
You're
same
dealing
family.
with like you're dealing with that surface layer. You know, you're just trying to get that surface layer off so that it helps your skin want to turn over, right? Okay, so now we're gonna head into the middle layer of the skin, all right? We're always losing collagen, right? We lose like 1% of collagen every single year, unfortunately. And this is, you know, something that you know, fillers have been shown to help with collagen production, but the good thing is, and I always like to say, like, to have my cake and eat it too, but, you know, even though when we're 20, our collagen turnover rate is super duper high, it's not as high as we get older, but we can manually get our collagen to turn over like it did when we were in our 20s. And that is by manually forcing this, you know, this stuff to happen. So one technology that is amazing, you're going to see a trend here with some of the stuff I have, is LED light therapy. So light emitting diode, okay, it works on a spectrum, right? So the you know, you go from like blue is early on the spectrum, and then you go all the way to red, and then the light that you can't see is infrared. And the way that it works is like blue, it goes like only to like the surface of your skin, so it gets rid of like bacteria and like things on the surface of your skin. And red light actually can go deeper. It's like 650 nanometers deep into your skin. And what that does is something called photobiomodulation, okay? And that actually helps you to get into the mitochondria and activate ATP production. And you're basically, it's like a jump start to your car, right? And so by getting that red light therapy in your skin, you're like jump starting your skin. You're jump starting the mitochondria to turn over and produce energy, right? So, Linda, why don't you pick up that hat?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hat?
Yeah.
And your hair follicles are on the dermis layer of your skin too. We want our hair to grow. In addition, so we're gonna have Linda go ahead and put that on.
You look so cute.
And we're gonna have her
Linda in a bonnet.
It's a bonnet.
we're gonna have her demonstrate this while we talk, just so you can see the red light therapy in action.
Yes.
Oh, look at, oh, you look like a,
Oh, I know.
oh, now this looks legit.
Yeah, as soon as you
Like
start
a
talking
mix
about
of Raggedy Ann and Andy
the
and
whole
Linda Murray.
collagen thing, that's where like now it's like I want more collagen. So you say You're saying that this is gonna like
Yes,
help me?
but you have to be consistent. Okay, that's a thing. You have to be really consistent with it, because one therapy session is not necessarily going to help you.
How long does she have
You
to
have
wear
to keep. She could take it off when she wants to, but it's kind of fun to see her with it on.
Yes,
I was
I love
actually
it.
gonna. Each of you guys are gonna wear something.
So I could do this. Could be daily. This is pretty easy.
You could do that
to
at
do.
night.
not- and it doesn't hurt
That's
you.
to help generate hair growth.
And because I suffer with endometriosis, this has infrared light in it too. So infrared light gets a little bit deeper. It's like 800 nanometers deep, and that will get into like the muscle also, and that helps to kind of like alleviate some of the inflammation and some of the pain. So for when my endometriosis, I'll unzip that thing and I'll use it like on my right here where I get pain and stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's a really good. I mean, red light I cannot say enough about, right?
Well, a lot of these things that I've seen for
Yeah.
the head, they are heavy, they're uncomfortable.
You-
This
you-
looks really
Did you know
comfortable.
what I was about to say next?
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so
Oh,
here's the thing.
God.
Here's the thing.
Lord.
I have so many different face masks, and I had this vision for a face mask. I needed one that was gonna be like flexible and not they're so heavy and stuff like that. I absolutely love this one. This one, it wraps around your head. You don't have to. I'll have you do this one. It's a similar technology, but this one, it wraps around your face, and this has this has also the red.
We have one of those at home.
Yeah, this one is awesome. You can use this one too, like in other, like if you have like a pain and
you're
help you
kidding.
with the. You need to get on this.
Yeah,
So this
right?
one is
Yeah.
great. This one is really great. I
So
love.
my daughter, she's 13 and she has
Yeah.
acne.
Yeah.
And we got her this mask, and I swear it helped clear up her skin within a week.
Totally. Yep. I can't say enough about this. Has been
that
probably
nice? Oh,
almost every device I have.
That's
Has some
good.
type of red light therapy.
We're like ready for Halloween.
Okay.
It's like Freddie over here.
You can keep that on if you want to. So another
you
thing
see
that
him
we don't
smiling?
think about is we take care of our face.
How do
We
you
want
look
our
at
face
that?
to look
Oh, I
really
see.
good, but we forget about our neck and our chest. And
Oh,
this is
yeah.
another area when you have like sun damage. I had really bad sun damage. I used to run track, in cross country, and so I had like this really bad, just like melasma. If you guys have heard of melasma, when your skin turn over and you haven't taken care of step one of your epidermis, and when your skin is trying to turn over and you have the old keratin that it hasn't been cleared off and your dead skin cells are there, well, guess what? Your skin's trying to heal, and it will heal in discolored figures, discolored arrangement. You get melasma, right? That's one of the reasons why you gotta really get rid of that. So by taking care of that, I have eliminated all this, and you guys are good. And I love it. This is the one for the neck and the chest.
Oh, I need it for the neck.
Do you wear them all together at the same time?
This one and that one sometimes.
Yeah, you look really scared.
You're like, man.
you dress
Anybody
up for
wanna try this?
Halloween.
I wanna
Try the neck.
All right. Okay. So now this
Wait,
one,
how long should you wear each of these?
this
though,
one has
in
a
reality?
timer. It's like a 15-minute timer.
Okay.
If you do it every day, it's good.
Do you need help?
I like
got
to do
it.
like
Got
when
it.
I'm doing like in the morning. I'll wake up and I'm like I clean my house every morning, and I'll put that stuff on. We have this big window in our condo, and they once in a while they'll do window washing. And one time I wasn't on top of the window washing schedule, and I was around my house like vacuuming, and I had no clothes on. I was
Oh, wow. Wow, this is
I'm not
getting
kidding.
good.
You cannot make this stuff up. I was totally like naked. I had that on and that on.
Oh my.
I'm like, I'm not kidding you guys. I'm doing this. And like the guy comes down on his thing, and I'm like, and I stand there, and he got a full. I mean, he got the whole thing. I mean,
Wow.
it was a thing. It was
His day.
It was a situation. It was a
It
situation.
was a situation. I know
But
it
you know
definitely
what?
was.
You don't have shame in your game. I ran away, obviously, but
You probably scared him too.
I did. First it was shock, and then I was like, oh shoot, it was window washing day. Dang it. Okay. This one is kind of like futuristic looking, which I like. I use this one while I'm doing my cardio in the morning. This is my cardio tool. I put this on, okay, and I just put that on. The really cool thing about this is it has red light. It also has yellow light, which doesn't get as deep as red light, but it gets a little bit less deep, and it helps with like some of the skin pigment issues. But then there's one where you can do like dual, where it's like orangey because it's like the yellow and the red. So this is really cool.
So in the red, so just to
Maybe
remind
that one,
us,
that one.
this is to help target like wrinkles and collagen
wrinkles
growth.
and collagen, yes.
Okay.
So you're so really fast. I'm gonna talk about wrinkles. Okay, people always want to fix their wrinkles, and the thing is like, imagine a piece of paper, folding over and over again, right? Eventually, that piece of paper, it's gonna get a crease, all right? And the goal in everything is skin healing, right? If your skin is trying to heal and you keep folding it over and over again like this, right? Your skin is going to heal with all of the extra, keratin production, elastin. It's going to kind of heal, and you get like little, bumps and mumps, and the bricks don't lay down quite as good. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about wrinkles, and this stuff really gets in there.
How much how much does this cost, and how much would this cost?
So that one is that's the Skin Inc. Bright Eyes. I think that one was like $175.
Have you ever worn this out in public?
I haven't, but it looks
You know what?
good
People
though.
would probably think that
looks
they're
good.
like a new
Let me know if you
age.
want that for your fitness routine. That would be kind of fun.
Hey, oh yeah, secrets out.
It could be almost like a metaverse or like
Yeah,
a VR type
totally.
thing.
And I
Right.
can see that being something in
Yeah.
the future where people walk around.
Okay, because
Taking care of their
I
skin.
flew from LA this
Yeah.
past weekend, and there was a lady with something like this on,
Maybe
and
that's
I
what it
knew
was.
there was no lenses.
Yeah.
It had to have been maybe this.
She was just
because
straight
I
up just,
couldn't
like,
figure
in
it out.
public.
I could not. I'm like, I
That's
don't get
hilarious.
it. But there were no lights on. But maybe it was.
This is so. This
I like
so
it.
Dr.
Do you wanna
Dennis
try
Gross.
this?
He's really
I do.
known for his super powerful instruments. He claims to use medical grade, and this timer is only 3 minutes long. Now I don't know. I'm not sure. I will use it multiple times in a row. But the reason I got that one is because this one it only has the lights like out here
On the sides.
and here, and I'm like, what about right here?
Yeah.
That's the most
Okay.
important part.
I know.
Right,
So I was like,
yeah.
I need something for like right here, So this one's kind of cool. It has a strap, but so I just took it out without the strap, and it's just like
So that'd be more for like crow's feet.
right for if
Yes.
you're mostly
Yeah.
with your crow's feet. So that one's kind of. I'm gonna pass that one around.
Have you honestly noticed a difference with like all of this?
Oh yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
really sexy.
Oh yeah. I actually,
They're not bad looking.
They're not bad looking.
if I slack on my skin routine, I absolutely, because I actually have like real skin issues,
Yeah.
that stem from deeper issues. I have to continue
Yeah.
to
That's great.
to
That is
manage
bright.
my problems. Yeah.
Wow, you
That
look
looks
like
really
us.
good. That looks
with
really
your,
good.
With your neck thing at you.
Can you get a close up of that? Look
That
at
is
Camille.
amazing.
Is it working? Is it working?
Yes.
It is.
And
And
what
you
is? It's really not uncomfortable.
Those
I know those are
Very
not uncomfortable. Yeah.
could wear,
I could
honestly,
clean
you
the
could wear
house
those.
and do a
Now
whole
this
lot of
one
things
seems
here.
bright.
That one
Yes.
is really powerful. That one's only a
Okay.
3-minute timer. I do
Okay.
think that one is probably the most powerful one. His face one is like really, this one right here, I think this one
Is this
cost-
the same brand?
This one was probably like $400, but the Dr. Dennis Gross one for the face is also like a 3-minute timer, and I think that one is like $600.
Wow. So it must work.
People claim that I believe in red light therapy, so I believe it. I know it probably does work.
Absolutely.
You have to be consistent with this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like having a treadmill in your house
Yeah.
and not running on it. If you have this stuff, that's great. But if you're only using it every once in a while, hoping it gives you results, you have to consider it to be like just like your exercise. It has to be a part of your regular routine. Now you don't have to get so over the top like me, but what your issue with depending on your issues, I would say at the bare minimum to at least take care of the epidermis component, and you don't have to have something super duper expensive. You could just have a cheap, like scalpel from CVS, a little like $12 micro roller, and make sure that you're really washing your face with some type of vibration technology. And as long as you're doing that, that's a good place to start, And then when you get into this stuff, the red light therapy, getting into the dermis, that is good. So the last but not least, this is the technology for the hypodermis, right? So we are now we're talking about the layer of the skin where you want to connect your skin to your muscle and your bone, right? And so the Botox and the filler, that does not do that. You got to stimulate. It's like an energy producing thing to stimulate the collagen production. So we have, and we don't have to go over them. You guys look cute like that. So
Is that another laser or
so
light?
this has red light therapy and it has the microcurrent. So the microcurrent there's a few different kinds. I'm just going to go over them really quickly. We're almost out of time here. But the microcurrent actually, there's a couple different ways. Like this is the New Face device.
That's showing up everywhere in my
Seen that.
Instagram feed.
So this is cool, okay? It sends a little current, so like I told you before with the Botox, you're shutting off the muscle stimulation, you're shutting off the energy production. So this is how you have your cake and eat it too.
Can I try it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So here you gotta put this,
Oh, I have to put jelly on?
just a little on the,
Can you put it on your arm?
you can put
Okay.
you could just put it on here,
Okay.
just on there, okay? And then you can feel it kind of stimulate. You might not feel it on your arm because it's a little bit. You
Do I
have
have to
more.
press anything?
Just roll it on your skin, yeah. And you have to glide it on a muscle, right? Now this is like little stimulation of your muscle, but if you want a professional grade microcurrent, that is actually where you want to train the muscle. So this is a professional grade, and this requires some technique. So the professional, when your muscle and your skin is like creasing, this helps to like train your skin where you actually like have like a start and you glide it with the path of your muscle, right? From the origin and insertion, right? And you actually hold this part down and you glide it where your muscle goes, right? You hold it like that and you're actually like stretching the muscle as it's bringing a current, and you hold it and let the muscle kind of do its thing. This is literally training the muscles in your face. So you're helping your muscle produce the energy.
great.
So
Do you have to take a class?
my class was like obsession and just learning all this stuff just
Wow, that
inside
is
out.
insane.
So I keep seeing on my Instagram feed like this particular
Yeah.
device, and the girls will just go like this, and like all of a sudden it looks like they've had just this little
little lift.
It
Do you
does give
get
you-
that instantly?
You do. That's the thing about that's a good one for the morning because you do get it kind of wears off and you have to be consistent with it just like anything.
How much does that cost?
that one? I think that one was like
$500?
$150.
Oh, I thought they have them.
That one's a mini, and I don't know why you
Gotcha.
would. If you get a regular, you could switch out the tops, but the mini is fine. Why not, right?
Yeah. Oh,
The
wow.
last but not least, really fast before we wrap, I
didn't
just
feel
want to
anything,
say that you have, there is this, ultrasound technology where it goes like really deep and actually stimulates your muscle. I really like this device. I have this in my bathroom too. When you put on your face products, this just helps to absorb the products a little bit better. So this one is really good. So you kind of feel the vibration. You can kind of feel that.
And that's microcurrent again.
That one isn't that one is the ultrasound.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the ultrasonic. Yeah. All right, this is a lot of stuff. The ladies are having a really good time. I'm gonna let them continue to play with the stuff, and we are going to let you guys play with whatever you want. And
Comment on which ones you guys like as well. Like, what are your favorite facial
Let us-
products? Good, bad,
right,
whatnot.
what are your issues that you're faced with? We'll dive in. We'll do our research, and we'll bring you from a consumer standpoint what has helped us and what may help you.